It's Ivan here, founder of Reclaim Your Inner Throne, and today I have an absolute great privilege and honor to introduce the celebration call for the men who just completed their Reclaim Your Inner Throne initiation in June of 2020. We hosted this call yesterday as I stand here, and it was an absolute, it was a blast. It was incredible. And the enormous transformation that these men have experienced is borderline miraculous. And it's so important to me for you to see what's possible with 3 months of men's work at the highest level. There is a lot of men's work in the world right now that isn't genuinely transformative. It's just sitting around in a circle talking about life, no challenge, no true brotherhood, no true development, evolution. Reclaim Your Inner Throne is one of the trainings and organizations that is different. And today, I encourage you, if you are wanting to be inspired to the very roots of your being and have your heart and mind blown, because I think it will be, then come with me and watch this celebration call. And I'd also like to say before you head into the call that this is the last round of Reclaim Your Inner Throne Phase 1. I'm in a huge personal transformational process. The organization is in the same process, and starting this autumn, it's all going to look different, and you will be able to join Reclaim Your Inner Throne for a fraction of the price of what we've hosted so far. So if you want to have more information about that, you can watch this to the end. And I would be surprised if you don't feel a little bit inspired after this. And we would be very happy to welcome you to a conversation. But that's for later. Now I'd love for you to just watch this, be inspired, see what's possible for you in your life when you take the right steps, whether with us or someone else. We're just one organization where you can do it. And I'll see you on the other side and another day. Enjoy. Welcome. I love this. So many new people. Wow. Hey. Oh, many friends as well. I'm Ivan, founder of Reclaim Your Inner Throne. We are gathered here today to celebrate and honor the amazing cohort, the fellowship of round 12. And 16 men, as well as a team of, I believe, 7, have been traveling through this journey of Reclaim Your Inner Throne, starting in March. And first of all, I really welcome everyone who is new to this work. I welcome all of you who are friends and loved ones of participants of round 12. I see there are partners who have joined you, Tim and Jeremiah. Lovely. Welcome to you all. And we're going to spend about 90 minutes together and hear the stories, share the love and the inspiration, and hear of the new kind of commitment that a lot of men have found deep down in those dark places of their underworld journey and what has come up for them as they've risen into their sovereignty over these last 3 months. So it's really exciting for me to be here, and such a pleasure to see. Oh my God, look at Andy. Welcome, Andy's family. Wonderful. So, I think I'm going to hand it over to you in just a few moments, Dan. I just want to share a bit of a heartfelt personal message that I've been blown away by you guys over these 3 months. this it's been such a journey that we've been on, and shit's got real. And I know it's been hard, and I've seen the level of breakthrough that you've all made, and especially on those coronation calls. Coronation call is a 3-minute call where the men or they have a speech for 3 minutes when they declare what they're committed to from here on out, and it's so beautiful. My wish is to share some of that. Remember you, Tim, cracking up in such a big way and just your heart exploding all over us, and the vision and the power coming through you, Wout, and Michael. You've just been rising. You've all been fucking rising. So really look forward to hearing your stories. And why don't you give them a little bit of an elder blessing, Dan? You're so good at that.
Well, good day. So first of all, a quick shout out to Jeremiah and Amy. My understanding is you've got a little boy on the way and due soon. So your work is just beginning. So we're very thrilled for you bringing new life into the world. So a very quick celebration. I've been doing men's work for 40 years. I know I look like I'm only 20, but it's really been a long journey. And I know how risky it is. I know how rigorous the work is. I know how most men would never show up or stick with it. And so it's truly been an honor and a privilege to have been with all of you, to see how you've dug in, to see where you started from and where you are today. Your personal transformation is truly inspiring through every cell of my body. It encourages me to up-level my own game. And I'm just thrilled that you're all here with family and friends, and that we can witness and others get to witness your greatness. So thanks for coming, and thanks for being a part of this.
Yeah. So, gentlemen of fellowship number 12, the last of Reclaim Your Inner Throne phase 1, we're going to dedicate the next 50 minutes or so for you to just share what's been happening for you guys. It doesn't mean that everyone will have an opportunity. It depends a little bit on how long each of you talks. But yeah, we don't need much structure for this. Just what's been happening, what have you been realizing, what are you committed to? Like, just share yourselves as you have done for 3 months, and let us all just bask in the glory of your words and your presence. So yeah, you just step in popcorn style, take the floor, the stage is yours, and mute and just share. And if any of the partners, like of Tim or Jeremiah or Andy, Dirk, Bill, Michelle, are you not together? Are you? Are you together?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my God, you two! That's badass. My God, I didn't realize that you were Ina was your new girlfriend. Wonderful.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, anyway, if the partners want to share as well, that's also welcome. So I'd say let's not go much more over 3 minutes for each man that shares.
I'll step in. Well, I'm sitting in this moment, just really grateful for where I am. As my wife and I expect this baby boy to be born any minute now, any day now, hopefully any minute now. I just feel like I'm living life more fully and more present. And I really have a clear vision of where I want to go next. This whole program has been really bookmarked for me by the death of my father and the birth of my son. And it really had me thinking a lot about what fatherhood means, and how men could be served by being prepared to be a father, step into the sacred role of fatherhood. And so that's my next step. It's my next focus, and I'm really grateful to Claim Your Inner Throne for the process that got me to such a clear vision of what to do next.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. It's nice to see the Mrs. Jeremiah there too. Hi. Yeah, I just want to share because I've got a few supporters here. I know they can't stay long. Thank you for those of you who came. I appreciate that. For the quick little rundown, it's just that this has been a 3-month process of understanding what it takes to really step into this world and to take ownership of myself and what it means to be responsible in a loving and strong way for me and my family here. It doesn't matter where you come from or the past that I've had. It's still at the end of the day my complete responsibility to do what I need to do and what I have to do. So I'm sitting here as just a witness and invite you guys here as well to watch this space, to now know that I'm doing my 100% best every day to step forth and to keep moving forward and to spread love and care and strength and honor and to show up as a way that the world needs to. And it's been a hard journey. It's been ups and downs and lots of fun stuff as well. But it's really been what I needed to, the excuse I've needed to just stop living in excuses and stop running. So, yeah. Thank you for those of you who came to see me, and for the rest of you supporters there. For the rest of the men, yeah, it's really beautiful to see you guys. It's lovely. Thank you.
Beautiful to see you with your whole family there, Carlos. It's really touching. Yeah.
Yeah. On my side, I think what the program really did, especially in the later weeks, was figuring out how much, let's say, things I was doing and energy I was using to run away from fears and from confrontation, and how unable I was to be present, and how I struggle with that. And I think what the program really showed me, and I think mostly just because of, let's say, the program, the groups work, the quad work, and then the individual work, it just like just keeps on going down and more. So I'm just super happy that I'm just figuring out how to be present and stop running away and start also loving myself, which is, even if I say this now, is super scary to say in this big group. So like stepping out in the real world is also still quite a challenge. So I'm really grateful for the men here.
So Tim, I remember our first call together, and now I see you now, and this gentle, kind man who really is present in his power is really beautiful. So I salute you and honor you for taking the risk, because I know for you it was a big one.
Yeah, I'll jump in, given there's a bit of a pause. Lovely to see you boys, and lovely to see your beautiful wives as well. My God, it's so strange seeing you with people, real people on the other side. It's just amazing. What an amazing experience. 3 months. I sort of felt like I was catapulted out the other side in the last week. But I'm so grateful for the amazing support and the kind of camaraderie, brotherhood. Just been amazing. And I'm super proud to know you guys. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Dan, Tim, Andy, and of course, Brian. Thank you, guys. Lots of love to you all. What an amazing journey. And my heart goes out to you guys who are about to have babies. Some of you in the very, very near future, Jeremiah, and in the less so near future, Tim, am I supposed to know this officially? Good. All right. Congratulations, guys. Lots of love to you all.
I just wrote in the chat that it'd be lovely to have some of you who are here as friends or family to just shout out who you're here in support of, so we know the relationships here. Love that. Jeremiah, nice. Anyone else want to share? Timmy. Oh, Paul is there. Oh, it's a second screen. Look at that. That's a whole screen that I didn't look at before now. Next man to share a little bit from his journey on Reclaiming a Throne round 12.
Sure, I'll give it a shot. I want to share that throughout this 3-month journey, I felt so seen in all my ways of trying to be seen. And now I know what is needed to really be seen. And that's been a whole journey. And not only that, but I've learned to, instead of all these special ways of trying to have someone be with me, I learned to be with myself and learn my needs and my wants. And also how to embody my power. And like the whole journey with anger and the healthy form of anger has been quite an exploration for me as well. I actually also, as a side note, really want to mention that I'm very grateful that the women who've been on support are here as well. I see Deborah, I see Tess, so I'm just really grateful for that as well. Feel my heart pounding. Let's see if there's anything more I'd like to share. Yeah, what I'm gonna bring and embody more in the world is that I want to create and help create more spaces like these, like just deep transformational spaces where men can really explore what it's like to embody their full self and bringing their full self in a safe space to then learn to bring it to the world. It's been something that served me deeply, and I know there's a big need for this, especially when it comes to, you know, masculinity and embodiment. It's like I feel really called and pulled to bring that more into the world, which is something that actually, I think the week after Reclaim, I was already invited to speak at a conference about masculine embodiment. So, I mean, ways are opening up for me already. And yeah, with that, I want to just share that I'm grateful to have been here, all the beautiful brothers supporting me and sisters. And feels good for me to wrap my share up here. Thank you.
I want to share something that I haven't said to you previously about, which is that guiding you through this journey has been quite a personal process for me, because on many levels, your stuff is quite similar to my own. Like this desire to be seen and acknowledged for who I am. And like these were the wounds that I came out of childhood and adolescence with. And then just seeing you being so incredibly deeply entangled in the validation seeking strategies. And I'm like, I know what that's like. And because I even sometimes do it still. And And so it's just been an honor and a pleasure to be able to not only like whack, 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 you're doing it again, you're doing it again, you're doing it again, but finally getting to the place where you're just dropping it and become so fucking real at the end of this journey. And so it's, for me, it's been very important to have you here. It's been driving me crazy at times, but now I'm just fucking grateful. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to echo that, Val. I feel like every once in a while I come across somebody that that plays a really distinct role for everybody else, and I think a lot of us, myself included, saw parts of ourselves, myself and you, and so it just rings really loud, and just to have the opportunity to watch you hold your own, hold your space, hold the space for others, and get out of it what you needed to get out of it, and rise through this has been absolutely phenomenal. It's I'm humbled by your courage and your strength, and even how you just ended your talk just now was absolutely beautiful. I think I've said enough. That was great.
Yeah, can you hear me properly?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to share my words about this journey. I'll start with that it's exciting for me. It's exciting for me to share this. Yeah, for me, this has really been a place to explore what it means to be a man with other men, to be supported in learning to establish like boundaries, inner and outer, and being very supported in conquering fears also, feeling a lot of support from the group in that. And through that, getting clarity on my life. And I'm very grateful for that, because now that the course is ending, I'm noticing a huge shift in my life. I'm really thriving. My income has doubled, and I know very clearly now where I want to head to, and that clarity is really what I needed to progress and to continue. And I have a lot of interests, and I really needed some kind of bringing together of all those interests and kind of a decisiveness on how to move forward. And I've made decisions on that already, and I'm still making those. One of which is that I want to focus my professional life for a large part on therapeutic body work, which is something I was already doing for a little bit, but I wasn't fully owning it, and now realizing that this is where I want to grow to and grow in. And just seeing my relationship improve with my girlfriend who's here. So yeah, I'm very grateful for this journey, and feel very blessed to have been in it with you guys, and I feel very connected to especially some of you guys. And I want to especially thank Eivind, Dan, Ruben, Seppi, and the other leaders, Rick, who's not here, Carl. Yeah, so thank you.
So Dirk, one of the things that's hardest to do for men is to admit that they actually have fear, let alone that they actually know when they're in it. And I think you were such a beautiful reflection and personification of bringing that vulnerability to the group. So I just want to honor that I think all of us got a wonderful opportunity to look at our own fear and when we're in it, and to know that there's allies to surround us and that we can be okay.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah.
I'd also very much like to say thank you to everyone here, because this course has had a great impact on me as well, because Carlos has gone through this. He has gone through a lot of things before, which has probably meant a lot for himself, but hasn't shown much impact on his outer world. But this really has. he's shown up much more as a dad and as a partner and a lover. And yeah, it's honestly been amazing, because going from more or less pure self-sabotage to just once in a while just stopping and realizing what he's doing, and you can see that he's going through this thought process of what is it, what am I doing here, and trying to get to the core of it. And that's just it's been beautiful, and it's changed our lives, to be honest. So yeah, thank you everyone, especially you, Ivan. It's yeah, I have great respect for you, and I know Carlos has as well. Probably even a small man crush there.
Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, I'm just drinking it in, seeing the three of you on the screen right now. It's amazing. So grateful for this journey with you, Carlos.
Thank you, Ivan.
Yeah, I just want to honor you, Carlos, as well. I've seen such growth and transformation in you, and I think around about halfway through the course, you know, when you kind of got in touch with your inner child, and I just saw the joy come out, your face change, you lit up. You know, thank you for doing the qigong, which has kind of set me down a path as well. And yeah, you've really blossomed, brother. I'm really proud to have been in your quad, and just see the just the lightness that came to you as you went through the journey. It's been truly special.
Thank you, Carl. I really feel it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. You want to say something? Gabriele.
Wonderful to see your family, Carlos, and your kid. Really nice. I've been sitting here and feeling into this journey for me. It seems that the lens I've been using throughout these 3 months has been shifting so many times. Yeah, I think where I am now is really on a deep level is what it is to be a man, and what it is to be a man in these times. You know, when I in my childhood, I got this download very strongly from my father. I lived most of my life in Israel. That productivity was religion, that's what made you a man. And I think to a large extent, I learned to see myself in that way. And that's all been changing, because for me, there's so much more. These 3 months were about integrating into my manhood so much more than just going out and doing stuff and pushing. It was who I am in my vulnerability. It's who I am when my shame comes up, when my fear comes up. How do I bring it to a brotherhood? How do I show up? And so really deep down, for me, the biggest gift was the journey of self-love and self-acceptance. And really this question of like, not what it is to be a man, but what it is to be Ori as a man in these times. And how does that look, and how do I want it to look? And so, that's what I sit with right now. I'm feeling tender and grateful, and I'm really happy to see all of my brothers and your dear ones.
Yeah, I can go next. I think it's safe to say that in this journey, has brought me more transformation and more change than years of therapy and medication have. As most of you know here, I've been able to quit my medication on this journey, and I've really been taking my life back. And I'm so grateful for this whole training, that I've been able to do that, because yeah, it's a huge shift that I felt within myself, and also yeah, people in my surroundings have been telling me, and yeah, it's really just me taking my life back after years of depression and anxiety and all that, and just stepping into life, leaning into it. And I'm starting a business. I just started a relationship with this beautiful woman here, and yeah, so I'm very grateful to be able to have been able to participate here, and I'm grateful for all the support of all the brothers here, all the men, Ivan, Carl, Ruben, my quad, Carlos, Sigurd, Bill. Yeah, thank you.
It's wild to see the two of you together.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Was it Ina that tipped you off? She was the one who let you know about Reclaim, or?
She was one of the people that I learned about the existence of this program. Yeah.
Thank you for being such a big supporter of the program, Ina.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to the moment you come to Belgium. So
yeah. It'll happen once the borders open, and yeah,
that'll be great.
Beautiful. Yeah, big wins, man. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to honor you as well, Michael. I think Mikhail, sorry. So I think one of the highlights to me of this round as well was when you found your roar. It was, probably about week 3 or week 4, and I saw you really step in and find that roar inside of yourself, and that was beautiful, and you carried that on. And I like your goals, your ambition, and I'm confident the man I see before me is going to achieve that. So such a transformation. Well done.
Thank you. That touches me.
Yeah, Michael, the level of calm and presence that I feel resonating through you, it's black and white, really. From what I see now, from the man that spoke to me, I see now a solid, grounded man, connected with his heart and willing to do what it takes.
Thanks, Ruben.
Not just willing, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, it's really nice also to see you evolve, to see him evolve in to start walking together and just hearing process, and then growing into a relationship as he was going through the throne was, to see it from a distance grow was really powerful. So yeah, thanks for offering this online long week program, but it's really, it's nice to see the personal shifts and the physical shifts also, really the firmness. So, yeah. So that's nice.
It's just a bit of a side note, but of course the fact that you kicked your meds along the way and aren't looking back, and the way that happened, of course I take notice of that, and I have been thinking a bit about how could we translate this work to supporting people get right with their health and getting them off of pharma. And so Andreas, I don't think Andreas is here today, but of course he's a doctor, and I'm already speaking to him.
He is there. He is here.
Is he?
Yeah. He's right there.
I didn't see him on my screen yet. That's
it's
fantastic.
On the other screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see if there's anything that we could do, and because what you just shared, that what you experienced with Reclaiming the Throne is more powerful than all the therapy and the medicine. Like, I've heard that consistently for 6 years now. And yeah. Anyway, thank you for reminding me of that vision, and well done for kicking ass.
Thanks.
Oh. Do we have another man who's ready to share? Shout out to all of the alumni who made it here today, by the way. I see Lorraine and Tim and Tom. Nice to see you all. I don't know if there's anyone else who came. Well, if I didn't notice you all, then I welcome you anyway.
And also a shout out to Peter Chisali, who is a man from Zimbabwe that happens to be inspired to be a leader of men, and we helped him achieve his entrance to reclaiming your throne, to become a leader of men and to help the boys become better men in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, of course we've been inquiring into this whole story in the Human Collective right now around race and racism, and didn't quite find how to relate to that. But when Peter came in, of course that was just a no-brainer. And I don't know if you can share your voice, Peter, or if you want to. But what we've done is that we've set up a scholarship fund for emerging African leaders that aren't able, due to their nation's financial situation. Like Zimbabwe has 90% unemployment. It's a country that's burning essentially, and what we're going to aim to do is to start getting more African men in here, and to have the help of the community to finance them, so that we can spread hope and empowerment on the ground in communities in Africa. So thank you for being the gateway for us, Peter.
Hi guys, thanks so much for giving me this opportunity. I'm really grateful, and congratulations to everyone.
Look forward to taking the journey with you next time.
Sure, thank you.
I'd like to express my thanks. This program, I felt the first 4, 5, 6 weeks of this program were pretty easy, and that was because I discovered later on that I had a lot more work to do than I expected. I still have a lot of work ahead of me, but I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am. I would not have made any of the progress that I have. I would not be aware of the years and feels like miles of masks that I've hidden behind if it weren't for everyone here. There have been times in this program that I have hated this program. There have been times in this program that I have loved this program. But I sit here stronger today, more humbled today. Than I have ever been in my life. Carlos, Mikhail, Sigurd, you guys, just the brief exchange we had this morning just adds light and strength to my life, to my world. Carl, you have been an incredible advisor, and your quiet guidance has made a lot of difference to me and how I understand myself. Tepi and Ruben and Ivan and Dan. It feels to me like working with me has been challenging, and my thankfulness, my gratitude to you for continuing to see me as I am instead of as who I might want to pretend to be at any given time has made a lot of difference. I wasn't sure I was going to speak up. I wasn't sure that I had anything to speak about that anybody wanted to hear about, but I feel the need to say thank you and to express my appreciation to each other. The rest of you guys, Swat and Ori and Brian and Jack and Tim and Anwar and Dirk and Andy and everybody has been so supportive and so loving. And Jeremiah, you've been an inspiration. Watching each of you has provided an example to me. And I just wanted to say thank you.
I've got some more love for you, Bill, because one of the most beautiful things that I found on this round is how I've seen you go through this training caged in ice or in masks, and how you broke open and got humbled, and how you got to the point where you said, now I realize how long I've been carrying around this shit, and at least now I see it. And now I can really, really continue my life.
It's such a horrible habit, and I find myself having to go through it every time I'm here with you, with this group. It's easier for me to do this, and it's made a difference in how I interact with the world outside. But the difference that I see in me, I don't know if anybody else sees it, the difference I see in me has been huge.
I see it, Bill. You better believe I do. I think we all do.
Bill, my heart gets so warm and soft when I see you. It's almost like every call we have, you are so exponentially different, softer, more humble, more relatable. I just feel really warm towards you and really happy for you for these changes you get to enjoy right now.
Thank you.
Very obvious on the outside.
Thank you.
Yeah, keep going, Bill. We're all here for you. Been a pleasure.
I can't stop now.
I look forward to the next steps with you, Bill. Thank you so much for being part of this. It's been a pleasure.
I can say something, or I can try to say something. It feels terrifying to show myself, and that's why I think I want to do it. Yeah, this journey for me is mostly about showing myself despite of the fear of doing that, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that and for the support that I have felt from men from the quad. And as Bill said, we just had an exchange before in the chat where it's like my mind is still resisting, and it's still really scary to receive and to trust. So to just do that again and again, it's something that I'm really grateful that I have the opportunity to do in this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Sigurd.
Sigurd, all of us have a stuffed animal that represents our inner child. you're actually the physical embodiment. And every time I see you, my inner child just goes, if I could just be that open and spontaneous and in the moment. And I just love that you were a part of this, and the growth that you've had is really magnificent, and you should be really proud of yourself. I have a sense of what it's taken you to be present, and you're an amazing man.
There's some typing happening for with an open mic. Yeah, Sigurd, as someone who's known you for a while, it's just been amazing to see you open up and become such a loved member of this fellowship. And I don't mean this in a negative way. It feels on some level like you've been the mascot of this, but in a like the joy, the humor, and yeah, you're just so eminently relatable, and I think you're starting to get it. Like, because for so many years, whenever somebody said something nice to you, you just resisted it. But I see a man who's actually taking it in, and I see a man who's changed, and a man who inspires me.
Thank you, Evan.
I just want to underscore that I find you a wonderful man, Sigurd. I have really enjoyed you and your honesty and vulnerability and realness. And yeah, I wanted to underscore that.
Thank you very much, Dirk. Yeah, it's touching when I hear all these blessings from you. Thank you.
Again, Sigurd, just I got the privilege of kind of being kind of a support leader of your quad. So, and again, thank you. We shared some time. We did a little bit of circling as well. So thank you for that experience. And you talk about connectivity and wanting connectivity, and I just hope you look back over the last 12, 13 weeks and just realize how much connectivity you've got from where you came from and where you are now. It's you're special, Sigurd. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl.
Next man.
I'd like to say a few words.
Wonderful.
I'm here with my beautiful girlfriend, and yeah, she's about to burst. I'm in a very stressful period right now, and I was stressed out until this call. I feel some palpitations right now, but when I see you men in your power, it calms me down, and it feels really good to see you guys, to see you, my friends, my brothers. I'm so proud of going through this with you, and the connection we've had one-on-one, quad, in the big group is very, very touching, and it's something that I will never forget. So, all my blessings to you guys. It's kind of sad saying goodbye. I love you all. I will miss you. Thank you.
Andreas, if you think you've been on a journey, wait till you see what's coming. To be a daddy and to have such a lovely partner, your life is actually going to explode in a good way. And the ride and the opportunity and the roller coaster that's coming is really exciting. And I know for me, and I'm sure for all of us, we want you to stay in touch. We want you to be a part of the game going forward so that you can continue to have support and grow, but also to share you and Jeremiah the wonderful things that are going to be happening over the next year. I've got 3 of my own. They're all my favorites, and I'm just so happy for you guys. It just brings tears and smiles to me. So congratulations and best of everything.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. I don't know where we're at in terms of the men sharing. Is there anyone else? I think, well, Andy, you haven't spoken. I would imagine that you're...
I'm getting so much heat on the chat to speak, and I think because I just start crying every time I speak. So I think I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone, particularly you, Ivan, and particularly Dan and the quad. And while Brian, here I go. I can't. The main thing the course was talking about. I can't speak without crying in public. Now she started. So. Oh dear. I'm just going to sit with this for a minute. Yeah, it means a huge amount. It means more than I thought it would mean. I feel like I've sort of uncovered a puzzle of life that I've been wanting to uncover for a long period of time. Things that have been holding me back, and yeah, it feels like a lot of clarity. And oh, Ivan, you bastard. Yeah, it feels beautiful to be sat here on a Sunday morning looking at familiar faces and complete strangers, and yeah, just soaking it up and being in a position to actually feel like I can soak it up, as opposed to sort of running off or making a joke or feeling awkward or whatever. Yeah, it's very powerful. Yeah, just a big thank you to everybody and everyone that's turned up and for today, and all the previous calls and all the investments we've all made in each other and ourselves. I think it's incredible, and it's a life changer. Feels good, very good.
Andy, I have to jump in. As someone who's sovereign, you have to like all of your subjects equally. However, that said, it's okay to have a favorite moment by moment, and you are definitely one of mine in the moment.
Thank you, Dan.
So I gave you my phone number. If I had it to do all over again, I'm not sure I'd do that. No, I'm kidding. I actually really appreciate the time that we had one-on-one as well as in this group. I think what's most inspiring to me, and I've really never seen to the degree, is for you to know how much you're loved and to be able to give your love and to take it in. That transformation is so inspiring to me. I can't even begin to tell you. And your dedication and commitment to this work is why you got where you got. And you should be very proud of yourself. And I'm sure your family is delighted that they've got the new Andy. So thank you for being the bright light. And I'll say for the moment, you're my favorite, but I have others to talk to. So just know you're probably going to fall down the ladder.
You can cope with that, Dan. No, Ivan, thank you for pushing me into speaking. When I saw Sigurd speak, I was like, fuck me, man. He is courage. Like, Sigurd is courage. I sat here going, I don't want to talk. I feel a bit nervous. And then, fuck you, Sigurd. You just overcame all that intense fear that you had, and you just did it. I was like, this is the way the container works. It's beautiful. You forced me into it, and I think you teed it up, and Ivan just knocked me off. And I was like, great, I'm really glad I spoke now, because it's I'd have felt like I was kind of cheating myself if I hadn't said something. So a big thank you to everybody. It's been a great journey, and hopefully the beginning of it is the beginning of another chapter, which feels awesome. So thank you very much, everybody.
Andy, as my fellow Brit in the container, I've been watching your journey, and I know how difficult it is. I know your background. I know your custom. I know our culture of stiff upper lip and friends taking their mick and trying to keep everything at heart, and you're always very guarded. And to see how you transformed and trusted yourself that you could let go and let love in. I mean, that was the beautiful part for me, because I went on a similar thing on my journey on the last round, and it's that kind of letting down the shields and trusting and knowing that, yeah, okay, it may hurt, and the vulnerability that I see that came out of you towards the end was, wow, awesome. Because I know how far a step it is as a Brit. I know our culture.
Yeah, we've been taught the wrong things for a long period of time. It's also amazing how the impact's having on people around me. Like 3 guys have asked for the details of the course. A couple of people have looked at what have you been doing, what's happened. You look like a completely different person, and it's nice to see and you feel it inside, obviously, but it's nice to have it permeate a wider audience, and not an audience, but like a wider circle. It's truth. It feels truthful. It's a thing that needs to be done and has been done. And yeah, life feels a whole lot more beautiful right now.
Andy, I'm looking at your hand on your wife's shoulder, and it looks huge to me. And that's what I think of when I listen to you, and when I see you, and when I watch you go through your process. Just this strong, huge presence, and nice. Nice. And yeah, I just it was really beautiful to have an example of this feeling inside of me that was working and looking for words. But I'm so grateful to have gotten to know you. Grateful for the work that you've done.
Thanks, Sophie. My spiritual test just turned up.
I've got one more, Andy.
Me too.
Yeah, I saw you as the most armored man of the participants group of this round. I was like, Andy, I had a very specific vibe from you, and like rougher, more from the street, kind of like want to be tough or something like that. And I've seen you transform into this huge, open-hearted, loving man, and it just humbles me and inspires me.
Thank you. That feels very accurate. It feels that's literally what happened. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm from the streets, but definitely felt armored.
Maybe not from the streets, but
I do quite like an essence of the streets. I'll take it. Yeah, when needed. Thank you, Rim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I also wanted to add in a similar spirit is that the experience of repeatedly watching you in the sort of cognitive dissonance of what the hell is happening in me in real time, as your emotions are starting to break through the shield, and you're like, what the hell? What is this? I think that experience of seeing you thaw in real time on the screen in front of me is one of my highlight moments of my highlight themes of this whole round. So I can't wait to, I hope we stay in touch. And I also want to keep hearing about what you do with all your transformations, because man, have you changed, and I'm so delighted. And also nice to meet. Was it Laura or?
Laura, yeah.
Laura,
yeah.
I haven't responded to your latest email yet, but I want to do that. She's pleased. Are you pleased with the new version?
I am.
Yeah. The old one was getting very tiring for all of us, so it was exhausting. Now this is a much better version. So thank you very much, Ivan.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we are talking, Tess and I, about creating a program for integrating the journey that a man has taken together with his partner, whether he's hetero or not. So yeah, that's something that's quite exciting, you know, on the future roadmap. I think that's everyone.
Brian?
Minute two.
Okay.
Oh, Brian, yeah, of course.
There we go.
I was about to say.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have too much to say. It's been a pretty incredible, intense space for me, as it has for everyone. And while I kind of feel like I wasn't ready for it to end, I was also very ready for it to end, because I'm just exhausted from all of the energy moving and the changes and the shifts and everything that's going on. So I'm happy for these couple of weeks of space and slow down and just, you know, letting the dust settle a little bit. It's been quite a journey of looking at all of the different layers of judgments and criticisms and mirrors of what I dislike in other people and what that says about myself, and I guess really changing ways of relating to other men, and for this in particular, and for all of the different reconstructions and challenges and different ways of understanding things and new ways of understanding things. I'm grateful to the course and to the people in it, and as I often say, in particular to Andy and Anwar and Tim, who have been absolutely fucking rock solid this journey, and for me it just wouldn't have been the same or as deep or as anywhere near as what it was without these guys. So thank you to the leadership, and thanks to the rest of the guys in here. I feel more I feel, yeah, I guess much more humble and slow, and I don't have great things to say. So I'm happy to have been here and to have been through this with you guys, and I look forward to continuing on. Thanks.
I felt that was a pretty
Brian.
great thing to say.
Oh my gosh. Starting with you in the quad and on the first 4 calls, and to see the softness and humility and where you've ended up, I can't thank the quad enough for working and staying with you, because it really has broken you open. And I have such a deep appreciation for you. Not only your personal power, but it's how you lead in the world with the work you do, and that you've been able to cross the transom of knowing that it's okay for you to have your dreams as well, which I think you did get to with family and a farm and a different environment. So for me, that's my wish for you, is that you don't give up on those dreams. And the other thing that just blew me away was you posting the video of the indictment with your dad. It was risky, it was vulnerable, it was truly amazing and inspiring. And lastly, I really appreciate how everybody kept asking you for your opinion, because you're so fucking trustworthy that you'll actually tell them the truth. And that's a beautiful skill, and I'm really happy for you demonstrating and modeling that for all of us. So I wish you really a great life. You're a great guy.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. I feel it. Thanks for putting so much energy into us and our team and our group, and for being Dan the combative alpha. I love it. It pushed us to new heights and was very challenging. So I appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
To that, Brian, I'd like to add that I'm very impressed by this program.
and how special it is to have an all men's program, and how that has affected Tim, and especially the quad. I mean, he woke up at early hours. He put in the work. I love the honesty between like the quad, but also in between the guys. It's like, it's real. There's confrontation. You don't go it out of the way. Deal with it. It was very special to see. I think you did great.
Thank you.
I was expecting you to kiss right there. So much love.
Thank you.
Do you have something you want to share? Like, if I don't know, you maybe not.
Things I want to share were more for in private, but
Okay.
no,
Fair enough. You don't have to.
Like,
okay.
I'm still happy she can make me cry. So.
Feels so good to see you two together.
Mm.
You have this glow over you, Tim. It's just such a different man. The first time we had a call, you were absolutely different.
Yeah, I was quite of an asshole towards you. So and harsh and defensive and judging, and I think like I think, as I said also during my coronation speech, like the ability to understand how much I needed to judge in order to feel good about myself, and after I start taking that away, I started to feel good about myself. Also the judgment went away and the compassion came. And I went today to a birthday party of a 1-year-old kid, like in a very standard setup, and I would hate those things, and I would judge, and I would be judgmental, and all these things. And today was quite fine. Like I enjoyed myself for 2 hours, and then went home, and it was all good. So
worth the training after all.
Yeah, welcome, Ruben.
Just amazing work, Tim. I'm just so happy for you too.
The fact that you actually joined the program was a complete pattern interrupt for me. I was sure that you wouldn't, based on this initial conversations. And then you were just quiet for like 2 months or something, and then like, okay, I'm going to join. That has never happened before in 6 years. So there's something special about you. You take your time, but then you come in, guard up, but willing, and here you are. Fucking man, you've rocked it. It's been such an amazing pleasure to see.
The resistance he can have, huh?
Oh, strong. Strong.
I have nothing more to add to this. I'll enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good. I would like to invite the men on the Leadership Apprentice team to just say some words. But I'm going to pre-frame that by saying that Reclaim Unithrone, we're changing. I found Reclaim Unithrone at the end of 2014, and it was very personal for me. Started out all alone, and bit by bit, there's been more and more of you men believing in the vision and believing in the work, and I'm so grateful for that. Holy crap! And this autumn, we're shifting into phase 2 of the vision and the business model. And so in order to make that possible, we've taken on 4 men to be on the leadership track. So we've had 4 apprentices. Richard Leiberger can't be with us today, but I would love for Dan and Carl, Dan Silverberg and Carl Wild, and Daniel Figueroa to, that's a little bit of a difficult name you have there. So maybe just a few words about what it's been like for you, and maybe a blessing to the men as well.
Yeah,
no, I definitely like to go. I think I've just been feeling so fortunate and grateful to be a part of this with all of you, and all of you have worked so hard, and it's just so beautiful to see how much you've changed over the last 3 months. And you know, it's been especially touching for me. Those of you that struggled to connect with your inner child, because for me, when I did it the last round, that was one of my biggest hurdles to get over. And you know, it's just like all of you did it, and yeah, it's just, yeah, I just can't say enough. It just really, really touched me. I think you know, to see all the difference in your faces now, and especially after you connected and, you know, were kind to yourself and loving to yourself, and it's just, you just, you know, shifted, and it was just so beautiful for me to see and be a part of. And you know, it's you know, men's work for me is very new, but I'm looking forward to continuing to learn and to be in service to other men. And yeah, I feel so humbled by all of you. So thank you, and I just can't wait to see what you all do next. One more thing, I think all the new fathers and those of you that are fathers, that was also another just touching part of this program for me, because my father wasn't there growing up, and just to see you guys committed to be great fathers for your kids really inspires me. So that's all for me. I love you guys.
Thank you, Daniel. So good to hear you talk and see you on big screen. Shine. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'll go next. So yeah, no, thank you all. It's been truly an honour to be part of this round, and to, I guess, be on the side of, I came through the last round of Reclaim Your Inner Throne, and again had such a powerful shift that, you know, one of my things that I wanted to do was to, you know, continue in men's work and help serve others. There's been times early on where, you know, you, on the opposite side, you question, do I have this? Can I help? You know, do I have the skills? And there's some vulnerability and questioning there. But no, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I've really enjoyed seeing you all grow, seeing you all change. I know the journey. I know it's quite intense. And again, just to see how you've all come out the opposite side. Some of you finding your love, your joy, others finding courage and strength. Yeah, it's fascinating, and it's something that really, really, truly inspires me. Like Daniel said there about the fathers as well. I mean, I'm so passionate about that. As a father of two myself, it's so important to, you know, recognize, you know, who you are, what you want to be, and then demonstrate and model that healthfully to the next generation. And I'm blown away. I'm kind of lost for words, but it's been truly an honor, and I'm so glad that I can be living to what I committed to on Reclaim, and I hope you guys do too.
Thank you, Carl, mate. You really were a true inspiration. Just this quiet, gentle force, just this constant water pushing. It was an honor to witness you, witnessing us, if you call it that, and to give you feedback all the time, and to just be there as this nudging guide in the breakout rooms and things. And yeah, thank you, Carl.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Well, unlike my two brothers, I'm never at a loss for words. So first of all, I really want to thank Ivan for creating this opportunity to have apprentice leaders. It's been a remarkable experience to have graduated round 11, then come back into 12 in leadership, And as much as leading, we really get to do the work again and reinforce, what the great opportunity is in this program. So I know for most of you that you all see me as this alpha male, but really in point of fact, it's my lover that's my main archetype. It's my family and my upbringing that moved me into the alpha space. And you guys doing your work and reflecting and allowing me to be one-on-one with you and triads with you and in this group have just made a huge difference of getting me into more of my lover, more full-hearted, more compassionate and empathetic. So for that, I really thank you. So as much as hopefully we've contributed to you, you far more have contributed to me in my growth, and I think to all of us. And I want to leave you with this idea about what your triads mean. So Carl and I and Rick and a few others, since our graduation, have stayed in our triad. We get together every week. And I really see this being a long term of allies who are going to be there through thick and thin. And so I wrote a little piece about what it means to be an ally versus a friend. With a friend, we basically talk about sports or the weather or things not too serious. We don't really hold people to be accountable. We don't speak harshly. And when we do, we see many times that men are fragile and they get their feelings hurt easily and then they leave. Allies are different. They hold space for us to be in our truth. They expect us to grow. They expect us to be in our vulnerability. They expect us to emerge into the next best version of ourselves. Allies aren't fragile. They don't get their feelings hurt easily. They don't run away and they don't disappear. They really want the best for us. They help us celebrate with grace and elegance our victories and hold us in our defeats. They set a high bar. They keep us accountable. They encourage us to lean into our emotions. They're not intimidated by our vulnerability. They actually expect it. It's in all of this that we claim our sovereignty with each other. It's about bestowing blessings on other men, not tearing them down, not having a need to be right, not having to say, I have to win so you can lose. It's actually just the opposite. And it's in this embodiment that I think each of us rises to become the next best version of ourselves, to bring our gifts into the world, and to create a world where everyone can thrive. That's the mission here. That's my mission. And I hope that you all will stay and continue on the journey with us. So thank you for everything that you've done. And you're truly appreciated and loved. And we wish you all the best.
I'm so in awe of the way that the elder in you has come out over these last 3 months, Dan. The blessings that you give so easily, it seems these days, they just penetrate me and I just drink them in. And I'm really grateful for your presence and for you, Daniel, and for you, Carl, and for Richard. And we are getting towards the end of this this call. We're going to have a little bit of a singing at the end. I think I want to share a little bit as well, just personal. It's, truth be told, I know that I have a big vision, and I don't think that you guys would be here if I didn't. At the same time, I feel fucking afraid and vulnerable a lot of the time because I feel the scope of it, and the vulnerabilities that I have are triggered as I lean into the scope of my vision. And so I just feel so blessed to spend this time with you all and feel that I think one of my main leadership shadows in the past has been to feel like I have to do everything on my own. and that's starting to drop now. And I feel like, man, we're in this together, and I'm just so grateful to see the level of commitment that each and every one of you has to the betterment of yourself and to your surroundings and to the world. And I just hope we stay connected in this capacity and that we keep growing together. So, and for those of you who want to be part of this, we are changing. Actually, Ruben and Seppi, would you like to share a little bit before we?
Seppi, go ahead.
I guess you've spoken quite a bit already, Ruben.
I have.
Yeah.
Seppi,
yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to. Thank you. I think one of the really important things that I want to share is, and we were kind of joking about this in the beginning, and I think Dan was gonna bring it on, but in many ways, this is just the beginning, right? Like I remember after my coronation speech, feeling this idea that I was fixed. But what happens is that life tends to be this cycle, and we keep kind of coming back, and so I think that what you've experienced on a really deep level is what the methodology needed to progress in life in a direction that you want to go. And so when you hit this time again, because you will, I imagine that this journey will be a process until it's no longer a process, and that day will come for all of us. But this is a journey, and so grace and compassion for yourselves, along with warrior clarity and the knowledge that you have what it takes to get through the next stages of your journey. And I want you to hold that, because shame is a fucking evil monster for us that can take us down. So it's been a beautiful thing to watch you all through this journey, and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
Thank you. I think we've all spoken, and it would be lovely to have some more shares. We don't have the time. I am going to just share this slide with you guys. Phase 2 is coming, and what that means is that we're having a complete shift to how we do things. We're going to have 2 parallel tracks in Reclaim Your Inner Throne starting this autumn. So we have the standard initiation, and then we have the evolutionary entrepreneur track, which is a more intimate space. And when you find yourself interested in being part of this experience, you just go to that URL, and yes, indeed, Reclaim Your Inner Throne has been $3,000 for the men who were in this round, but you can now get it until 15th of July for as low as $749, and then you'll be in the bigger group. And then when you go there and apply, there will also be an opportunity for you to indicate interest for the smaller group. That is currently priced at the same level as we've done so far, 3,000. But then I will be there mentoring you, Dan will be there, and be a more intimate space. Both of them very powerful, and I'd love to see some of you who have attended this call today participate in the next round. I think these stories have inspired some of you to consider that, and we're here to receive any applications or questions that you have when you're ready to take the next steps in your life. So I think we just have one more thing, and let's see if, hey Tess. So we have 2 women from the women's team here. I think Deborah might still be here. She was here anyway. And Tess, as the leader of the women's team on Reclaim Your Inner Throne, I'd like you to just come in at the end here and to share your absolutely spellbinding voice. And it's such a beautiful way to wrap it up. And yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. And I think I'm just going to shut up and give this to you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I would love to just invite you all to really do what feels good. I'm going to close my eyes, just take a few breaths and maybe make a few movements. I'm just going to invite you to join me, but just feel what feels good. And from there, I will share my voice with you.